Hello everybody, it's Adelaja here. I'm back on Reconstructing Nigeria and Nigerians. Today's topic is a broken nation, a broken value equals a broken nation. Anytime you see a nation that is broken, it's because there was first a brokenness in its value system. Broken nations are not just broken. A damaged nation is not just damaged by itself. It is the value that has been damaged that now leads to the damage of the nation itself. So whenever you see a broken nation, it is because that nation has a broken value. It is not the poverty that leads a nation, it is not poverty that leads a nation to brokenness. It is also not economic situation that leads a nation to brokenness. It is not the weather and the geography of a nation that determines the brokenness of a nation. It is the brokenness in value that leads to brokenness of a nation. So whenever you see a broken nation, it's because that nation has a broken value system. A nation is not developed by all the other things that we think often. Like in our country, in my country, Nigeria, we think that because we have a lot of miracle workers and we have a lot of people who are so-called Christians or who profess themselves to be religious Muslims, that our country should be virtuous and it should be great or developed. No. If you have a lot of religious people, churches, mosques, imams, pastors, but you don't have solid value system, then that nation is broken already. And because the value system has broken down. Once the value system is broken down, then there is no nation. The nation will eventually be damaged and broken as well. So a broken value system means a broken, not just nation, a broken value system means a broken economy. A broken value system will lead to a broken economy. It will lead to a broken financial system. It will lead to a broken growth, economic growth. It will lead to a broken political system. It will lead to brokenness in every area. Once the value collapses, the country has collapsed. It is the faulty and corrupt. Okay, let's address the question. Where does the value come from? The value comes from families. The values come from church. The values come from educational system and from the media. But since everybody, including the media people, including the education people, go to church, the number one source and place where value system come from is what we hear from church. Basically, our value system as a result of the information we are fed with. And most of our country in Nigeria, most of our people in Nigeria, they go to churches. Either they are educated or they are family people. It is the church that determines most of the information that we have, most of the values that we have. So in that sense, if a nation's value is broken, we could say it is because of the message that they are exposed to on constant basis. So the message that a nation is exposed to on constant basis is what determines the values. So if we have a broken value system, it means that the messages that we have been exposed to are broken messages, are corrupt messages, are messages that have led to the broken value system. And so the church and the pulpit and the religions of the land are responsible for the brokenness of the country because they have not presented a valid and a solid value system that will be able to make the country to grow and to develop. So when we see a faulty and corrupt country, it's because of the faulty and corrupt messages that is being released from the pulpit of the country, that is responsible for producing the corrupt practices in the country and even producing the corrupt leaders in the country. It is the kind of value system prevailing in any country, or it is the kind of information, the kind of things people listen to, the kind of principles that people use to take their decisions, the kind of values they are exposed to, the kind of information they hear on a regular basis that determines the country's reactions and views on life. And that is what forms eventually the values of the country. It is the popular value system in a nation. What value system are popular? What are people talking about when we talk about going to politics, for example? What are the values that are driving people to do that? That is what determines the destiny of the country. So if the values that drive people to want to make money, to want to go into politics, to want to go to church, to want to do things, if those values are broken and faulty values, then that means that's a broken value. And when the value system is broken, it will lead to a broken country. It will lead to a stop in growth and development of the country. It will lead to a broken growth, economic growth, and a broken development of the country. And that is why we have broken nations. So the effect of a poor value system is what leads to a poor country. So if a country is poor, it's because they have a poor value system. And if a country is recessed, it's because they have a damaged value system. So anything that is happening in the country is as a result of the values or the values that are prominent in that society. A man of value is the man who is able to work hard, because hard work is one of the right values system that every country needs for development. A country of value is a country that will have people who love to work hard because they want to produce, not just because they want to make money, but because they want to add to the economy. They want to contribute. So a country of values, the right values, will be a hard-working country. Not a country that just wants to get something for nothing, but a country that wants to produce. A country or a nation of right value system will be a nation that practices delayed gratification, that you have to work before you eat. A nation that is able to know that you only get something after you have worked for it, that there is merit, that everything is based on merit. So if we have that kind of country, those are strong value systems. And that value system will lead to strong economy and strong nation. But the country that is built on quick results will lead to a default and a damaged country. A country that is built on hurried and fast instant gratifications will lead to a damaged and broken nation. And a country that is built on miracles will lead to a weak and damaged country also. So if you are a country where your people are always looking for miracles, they will not work hard. And if they will not work hard, there will be no productivity in the country. If a country is mainly looking for end results and quick results, they will be bypassing the processes. And if you bypass processes, you will not be able to produce anything, because anything that is produced is only through and by going through processes. So if you bypass processes, you will never be able to be a productive economy. And that same way, that country's people will not cultivate character. They will not have the strong character that are needed, because values are what cultivate your character. So we need character to be able to have delayed gratification. We need character to be able to go through processes. If you don't have character, then you don't have values. If you don't have values, then you have a broken nation, a broken people and a broken nation. Even if you have anything like natural resources, you will soon lose them. You will not be able to produce from that natural resources any product, and then other people will come and take it from you. And that's exactly what we have happening right now in our country. But when you have a strong value system like delayed gratification, when you have built up strong character like perseverance, like hard work, when you have strong virtues like persistence, like going through the process, doing everything by due diligence, when you honor people, when you take responsibility, those values, those are the things that are required to getting things right. So miracles will follow you automatically in that sense. You don't ever need to look for a miracle. When you have these kind of values, you'll be a miracle worker yourself. You'll be producing your miracles by yourself, but without depending on pastors, religion, or even God. Because God has already given all of us everything that we need to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth with productivity. So qualities like patience are necessary to develop great nations, because patience is a great value. When you work with patience. When you have planted, you wait patiently for the result. But if you don't have patience, that would lead to trying to beat the system, to cut corners, and that is what leads to poverty. And those are already broken values that leads to broken nations. So the same thing with perseverance. If you see a nation that has cultivated in its people perseverance, patience, and persistence, you will see a strong nation, because they have stamina, they have character. If they have character, those are strong values, and those strong values will lead to building strong nations, strong economy, and strong financial system. But without perseverance, without patience, without persistence, nothing great will ever happen to an individual life or to the life of any nation. It is these qualities, these values that lead to great accomplishments in life. So without patience, without perseverance, without persistence, without delayed gratification, there is no character, no values in a nation. If you don't have delayed gratification, it means you are impatient. And if you are impatient, it means that you don't have character. You have a broken character. Without delayed gratification, there is no endurance. If you don't have endurance, you don't have character. Without delayed gratification, there is no persistence. And if you don't have persistence, there is no character. Delayed gratification is the mother of all virtues. Without delayed gratification, there is no self-control. And if there is no self-control, people will be stealing, deceiving other people. There will be fraud, 419 in all over the country, and there is nobody producing anything. The country will not be competitive. It will be backward and poor. So wherever you are driven by, whenever a country is driven or an individual is driven by the need for instant gratification, it is a sign that that as a nation we have a twisted worldview. And that is the problem of our country in Nigeria. We have a twisted worldview. It shows that we no longer believe in the idealistic school of thought that, virtues, character is the basis of a man and is the core of a man. It is also the core of a nation. So to repair Nigeria, to restore Nigeria, to stop all the bad news in Nigeria, our government, our people need to go back to the basis and go to the place of forming valuable quality character in all Nigerians before we could expect to build and to become a great nation. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace.